What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to South Football. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Today we're talking about Nigerian players abroad. We've seen several Nigerian players score goals, give good performances. We're talking about that. Of course, we can't complete or talk about all the Nigerian players abroad, but we'll give you some players who have been making waves in Europe, from Osimhen, Lookman, Iwobi, and the rest. So if that's what you've been interested in, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. So before we get into it, let's talk about the Nigerian Super Eagles coaching future, because right now they are saying that the NFF are trying to employ a foreign coach. I would like to know your thoughts on that. Will a foreign coach be the answer to Nigeria's problem? Because obviously Augustine Iguafon won't be at post forever, and it doesn't seem like he's much interested in that coaching position. He wants a technical team position where he can, make it permanent. That's like a permanent position for him under the NFF president. He wants to keep that position because being a coach can taint your legacy, your everything you've achieved. So I feel that he wants to distance himself from that coach. So I would like to know your thoughts. Do you think that Nigeria need a foreign coach to handle the affairs of the Nigerian Super Eagles? Put down in the comment section and tell me what you think. So let's start with Dele Fisayo Bashiru, who put a wonderful performance against Napoli last night. Now, if you watched that game, I did. He hit the crossbar with a thunderous shot. He was actually close to scoring a goal in that game. He played extremely well, and he's becoming a regular starter for Lazio. Yeah, last night was one of the reasons he has been starting games, important games. He's a very good midfielder, and I think he should be starting games for Nigeria. He deserves to be starting games for Nigeria. So Dele Bashiru put out a fine shift in that game as Lazio got a very, very important away win against Napoli. Napoli tried very well, but Lazio worked very hard to make sure they stopped Napoli from scoring a goal, and they won that game. So that is all about Dele Bashiru. Then we'll move on to Victor Osimhen, who scored his 10th goal for Galatasaray. It was very, very good penalty. He took it very well, scored the very, very sweet goal for Galatasaray. I think he's one of the strikers everyone will be looking at in January and also in the summer. That's if he doesn't leave Galatasaray in January. He's one of the strikers everyone will be looking to sign, because he's a very, very talented player, and everyone would love to have a player, a striker like him in their team. So I'd like to know your thoughts on that. Osimhen scored his 10th goal for Galatasaray. He's already registered, I think, 4 or 5 assists for Galatasaray. So he has been involved in 14 goals for Galatasaray since he joined them. That's impressive numbers, considering the fact that this is his first season in Turkey. I would like to know your thoughts on that. Then we'll move on to Simon, who scored a very crucial goal. If you watch the goal, very crucial solo goal. It was very, very good. He scored a very crucial goal for Nantes as they beat Rennes. They beat Rennes 1-0 in the Ligue 1. It was a very good goal. I will oblige you guys to go and watch the goal. It was very good. He was very, very good in that game. He got the goal and gave Nantes, his club, Nantes, a 1-0 win against Rennes in that particular game. It was a very good goal. Then we talk about Ola Aina, who was exceptional for Nottingham Forest once again, as they get a very, very crucial win against Manchester United at Old Trafford. It's a very rare win. Ola Aina was actually very good. Kept Garnacho at bay. Yeah, he kept Garnacho at bay, in my opinion. I think he's a very good defender who should be number 1 for the Nigerian Super Eagles right back position. So there's no point dragging the right back position with Ola Aina, because he's very good. Then move on to Ademola Lookman, who scored a late winner for Atalanta against AC Milan. That goal made it 15 goals contribution in 17 games for Ademola Lookman this season. Actually incredible that Ademola Lookman keeps turning up in huge, important games for Atalanta. It was a very good game, very good goal to make sure that they get all 3 points against AC Milan, a very strong and stubborn AC Milan. Lookman is the favorite for the African best player, obviously. He has been involved in 15 goals, that's 15 goals in 17 games this season. He is definitely favorites to win the African Player of the Year. Then Kelechi Iheanacho scored his 100th career goal. Yes, he scored a goal in the Copa del Rey for Sevilla, making it a 100 career goal for Kelechi Iheanacho. We know he's not performing well. In fact, he's not getting appearances in the La Liga. He's been given opportunity to play at the Copa del Rey, where he has delivered. I think he has scored 3 goals in his 2 Copa del Rey games, and I think he needs to build the momentum from that to Copa del Rey games and, you know, earn himself a position in the La Liga. So I think Kelechi Iheanacho should work very hard to make sure that he starting game for Sevilla in the La Liga. So move out to the next player here is Alex Iwobi. During the midweek games, Iwobi scored twice for Fulham against Brighton. I couldn't believe it. He scored an early goal, then he scored later on, and they gave me a very wonderful finish. The second goal, I'll urge you to go and see that. You can't put it here obviously because of copyright issues. I will urge you to go and see that in Fulham pages. Iwobi was very good, played very well against Arsenal too, and that game they drew that game. They drew that game against Arsenal, then they beat Brighton in the midweek. They got a very crucial. Iwobi got a very crucial 2 goals for Fulham. He's now been involved in 7 goals in his last 7 Premier League games. He's a very good player. I'm sure that if they play him or give him the same role he plays for his club Fulham at the Super Eagles, he's going to thrive and help the attackers more. I just wish Iwobi plays the same role he plays at Fulham for the Nigerian Super Eagles. Then we'll move over to Cyril Dessers. Cyril Dessers netted a brace for Rangers against Kilmarnock during the midweek games, and he registered an assist against Ross County during the weekend. He has now been involved in 3 goals in his last 2 games for Rangers. He's been very good as a sub, and I think he is one of the players we should look out for when we are looking for an impact player that can come in from the bench and change game for the Nigerian Super Eagles. Cyril Dessers is one of those players that they should be looking at. Then we move over to Joe Aribo, who scored for Southampton against Chelsea. That midweek game was, I know they lost that game, but he needed that goal to, you know, boost his momentum. He's a very good player. He has played very well for Southampton, even though he is not consistent in his form. But in the past few games he's played, he has actually played pretty okay. And I think if he continues in that path, he is going to get another or a call up to the Nigerian Super Eagles team. But he scored for Southampton against Chelsea during the midweek games. Then over to Chukwueze, who scored a brace for AC Milan in the cup game against Sassuolo. He scored a brace in his 50th game for Milan during the midweek, and he should be proud of himself because that was a very wonderful performance from Samuel Chukwueze against Sassuolo in the Italian Cup. And also in the midweek, Nathan Tella scored the only goal to knock Bayern Munich out of DFB Pokal Cup. I'm a Bayern fan, so that goal hurts me, but I was also happy for Nathan Tella because he's one of the players who is rapidly fast and gifted when it comes to attacking qualities. He is a very good player, and I think that he is one of the players that could help Nigeria in major tournaments, in major games, important games. We have so many secret weapons in the Nigeria Super Eagles team. So that is all I have for you today. I know there are some players who perform very well and I've not called them here. Calvin Bassey played well against Arsenal too. You can list players who you feel impressed you during this last week around Europe or around the world in the comment section, and I will reply and thank you for doing that. So we talked about Dele Bashiru, Osimhen, Moses Simon, Olaino, Lookman, Kelechi Iheanacho. We talked about Iwobi, Cyril Dessers, Joe Aribo, Chukwueze, and Nathan Tella. I would like to know your thoughts. Which players impressed you the most in this just ended football week? I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. My name is Clinton Little. As usual, till next time, guys. Goodbye.